This is exercise 8.2, encrypting files with Encrypting File System, or EFS, found in the supporting Windows 8.1 lab manual, part of the Microsoft official academic course in preparation for exam 70-688. For files that are extremely sensitive, you can use EFS to encrypt the files. In this exercise, we're going to encrypt a file using the Encrypting File System, which is a built-in feature of NTFS. Encryption adds an additional level of security. As an example, by using encryption, you can ensure that if a laptop is stolen and the laptop's hard drive is put into another system where the thief or hacker is an administrator, the thief would not be able to read the files without using the proper key. If you want to encrypt individual documents, you can use the Encrypting File System, or EFS. The approximate time for this lab is about 50 minutes, and we're going to get started by logging into Windows 8B as Contoso administrator. And of course, I already have the RWDC01 logged in as administrator as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our File Explorer and select this PC, and then double click on the local disk. Then we want to create a folder called Data. So new folder Data. And then we're going to double click that folder, right click, new, text document, and type in test. Now we want to click our back button, and we're going to right click on our data folder, and then under the general tab we're going to click on advanced properties, and then advanced, and we want to click to select encrypt contents to secure data, and then click on OK, and then OK. And when you're prompted, you're going to go ahead and click on OK again. This brings us to question number 4. Which color is the data folder? And what does that color indicate? Well, you can see that the color has turned green, and that indicates that it has been encrypted. Question 5 is the test.txt file also encrypted? And you can see yes, it is. If you're following along, you're required to do so. This would be where you take your next screenshot. Now we're going to right click on the data folder and go back into properties. And then on the general tab, we're going to click on advanced. And we're going to deselect the encrypt contents. And then go ahead and click on OK. And then OK. And then go ahead and do OK. Now we've deselected it and it's back to black again. Now we're going to log off of Windows 8B and we're going to log on as Contoso User 2. So I'm going to pause the video while I do that. So now that I'm logged in as User 2 on Windows 8B, I'm going to navigate back to our data folder by going into the Windows Explorer. Double click on the C drive. And we're back on the data folder. And then we want to double click that and double click the test text file. I'm going to close out of that. And let's go back into properties. Right click, properties. And then we want to click on advanced. And click to encrypt contents to secure the data. And then OK. And then OK again. OK. And I'm just going to double check to make sure it's been encrypted. And it has. So now we're going to log out as of user 2 and log back in as the administrator. I'm going to go back to our File Explorer, double click our C drive, and if we double click the data folder, and then double click to open the test.txt file, you'll see that we get an access denied error message, which by the way is question number 6. So we're going to go ahead and click on OK, and then close out of Notepad. We're going to right click on the file and go into Properties, click on the Security tab, which permissions does the administrator have? Has everything except special permissions. And why was the Contoso administrator unable to open the file? Well, it was created, or I'm sorry, it was locked by user 2. And the Contoso administrator was not given access to it. So we're going to go back to the General tab, and then click on the Advanced again. We're going to try to deselect Encrypt, and then OK. And then OK. And you'll see that we need to provide administrator permission to change these attributes. We're going to click on Continue. And then we're going to cancel because it's not going to let us. And then we're going to close the dialog box. It's already closed. The next question is, were you able to decrypt the file? The answer is no. So now we're going to log back in as user 2. So I'll pause the video while we log in as user 2. Okay, now we are going to go back to our data folder. And again, it is green. And we can access the test because we are logged in as user 2, and we're the ones that secured it. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and right-click the data folder, go back into Properties, go back into Advanced, deselect the Encrypt Content Secure Data, click on OK, and then OK to close that, and then OK. And we're going to log back off as user 2. And then log back in as Contoso administrator. And we're going to navigate back to that data folder. Double click, right click, and Properties. We're going to click on Advanced. We're going to click to select the Encrypt contents, and then OK, and then OK, and then OK again. Now we're going to go back, we're going to right click on the test document again, go back into Properties, we're going to click on the Advanced, and Details. We're going to click on Add, and then we're going to click on User 2, and View Certificate. If you are following along and you're required to do so, this would be where you take your next screenshot. And in the certificate dialog box, we're going to click on the Details tab. What is the certificate used for? Hint, you want to look at the Enhanced Key Usage field. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and click on OK. Close the certificate dialog box. OK to close the encrypting file system box. Looking at the user access to test. Looking at the user access to test.txt dialog box. Who has a recovery certificate? We'll go ahead and click on OK to close out this dialog box, and then OK again. And then OK, and then OK again. And now we're going to log out. And log in as user 2. And now we're going to navigate back. The data folder. And you can see we now have access to the document, even though it has already been encrypted by the Contoso administrator, but user 2 has been given rights to it. Okay, so that is the end of this exercise and the end of this video. We are going to, the next video we'll go over exercise 8.3, encrypting a volume with BitLocker.